This picture.
Oh, yeah.
Conspiracy picture that you have up there.
Mm-hmm. Ted Naismith.
Right. So it's like Mary dragged like 3 bathtubs into the bathroom. That was weird. That always struck me as weird for no reason other than like how
it's a conspiracy. Unmasked.
Yeah, it's like but it's like where do you get 3 bathtubs from? 1 and 2. It's like they're like, oh, there's a kettle with water in it. And it's like how much water's got to be in? You know, it's like so like again maybe
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
In this world of flying dragons and
yeah. Orcs and magic rings.
Oh, magic rings.
Yeah, 3 tubs in a bathroom.
3 tubs.
One thing that
how could it be?
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Makes no sense.
No, but those little things, exactly. Those little things are things that I noticed too. I'm like, now why was this set up just for? I mean, it seems like a lot of trouble. I mean, there's probably only going to be one night where there's 3 weary travelers coming in.
Yeah.
Like all together that all need a bath at the same time for an early departure in the morning, and it's like
yeah
maybe that's a little over the top. Oh, here's our 3 weary travelers. Well, how convenient, we have 3.
We just so happen to have 3 identical tubs
and they're all ready to go.
And it's like, how big is that bathroom, dude? You know what I'm saying? It's like my house was built in the 40s and the bathrooms are tiny, so I can't imagine, like
right. There's actually not a whole lot going on in this chapter. It's very short.
Yeah,
except for the big conspiracy unmasked, hence the title. It's cool in a way because it gives the reader a sense that these other characters, apart from the main character Frodo, also have agency, and they're not just Frodo's companions. By spying on Frodo, they become almost equivalent to Frodo, in the sense that they can make their own decisions. They can do things that Frodo doesn't know about, doesn't command them to do. So they're not just Frodo's minions or Frodo's little helpers. They're like active agents in the story.
Right.
So that's cool. Plus it kind of, and I've mentioned this before too, but it kind of saved us from Frodo having to explain the whole ring thing and why he needs to go away, or explain why he can't explain it because it's secret.
Right.
The secret has been revealed, and now we can kind of move on with that knowledge. And so, and it also explains why Sam was kind of clipping the hedge, under the door.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like in my mind, I was like, oh, he's just a gardener. He's just a silly gardener, and he heard something funny. But no, he was actively spying.
You know that Sam is Frodo's good buddy. Yeah,
very loyal. And so it's funny just that Tolkien depicted him as like having this red face and being totally embarrassed by having that conspiracy exposed, not knowing exactly what Frodo would do.
Yeah, but he probably felt that that Sam was like like a betrayal almost, like, or I'm betraying my master.
Right. Well, it was kind of like this weird moment where Sam had all these emotions, like, oh, I've betrayed my friend by spying on him, but I only spied on him because I want to be loyal to my friend. And, he's at that kind of, he has had a conundrum. It's a paradox. And then Frodo similarly was kind of full of kind of conflicting emotions. Like, I don't think he was really mad, but he was like surprised, shocked, alarmed, maybe embarrassed, mildly perturbed, slightly lugubrious.
Yeah, okay. There you go with them big ass words again. So
slightly lugubrious.
Hey, so
yeah.
Can are you like I just want to point something out. And this has nothing really to do with the chapter, but everything to do with the Hobbits.
Okay.
And the casting of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Now, in my opinion, if Jackson would have followed the timeline, right, of of the book, then if you take the characters, you take I think it's Dominic Monaghan as Billy Boyd as Pippin,
okay,
Sean Astin as Sam, and Elijah Wood as Frodo. If you took Elijah Wood and Billy Boyd and flipped them and made Billy Boyd Frodo, the guy who played Pippin, and made Frodo Elijah Wood Pippin, I think age-wise that would have looked correct. I mean,
okay, I see.
You know what I'm talking about? Just because
Frodo looked too young and Pippin looked too old.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I mean, Pippin looked like a Pippin, but maybe 10 or 15 years on a human if he'd been younger.
Yeah.
Like if you take Billy Boyd was Pippin, right?
Billy Boyd was Pippin. I think that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you took Billy Boyd, but you took 10 or 15 years away from him, he'd probably fit a little bit better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and you know, he again.
And Frodo just looked like so youthful, or Elijah Wood in that.
Right. I mean, and again, not youthful in the way that like a coming of age kind of like like a 33-year-old. You know, he looked youthful in the way, and again, maybe.
I mean, he looked like an 18-year-old in human years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, or whatever, but I guess the point that I'm making though is that, with the character development in this chapter, where you really get to see like the interaction between Merry, Pippin, Sam, and Frodo, right?
Yeah.
That even though like Merry and Pippin are maybe like technically the comic relief of the quartet,
right?
You know, Fatty Bolger in this chapter is the comic relief,
right?
You know what I'm saying? He's like the one that everybody picks on, you know.
I wonder why.
Because he's white. What would we call that?
He's fat.
Weight? No. He's weightedly challenged.
Weightedly challenged. You know, Fatty Bolger is like the Pete Best of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I could have been somebody. No, but my point is like that you see that even though Pippin is younger and a little bit more impetuous, that he is
impetuous. Look at you,
impetuous. Ooh, oh, lordy-da.
Oh,
Poncy.
Oh, have some tea.
Let's go back to a conspiracy unmasked.
So yeah, Fatty Bolger, you knew he was going to get left behind. He was like the extra in a Star Trek movie or something.
He was like the red shirt.
he's the red shirt. He's the Pete Best. Poor guy. Yeah, cool. So it was good conspiracy, and it's good that it was unmasked. But speaking of conspiracies,
was it really a cool conspiracy though? I mean, really,
no. I mean, not in terms of the modern understanding of conspiracies.
Yeah, like I know it's kind of like
there's a second shooter,
dude,
on the grassy knoll.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish it because
No, go ahead.
Like okay, if there was like a conspiracy theorist in the Shire or in Hobbiton or anywhere, it would have been Farmer Maggot. I think.
Oh,
Farmer
definitely.
Maggot
was
probably like, yeah, wow. Oh, beyond there's a black fella in a castle way south.
He's controlling everything.
And he's trying to he's controlling everything. He can see everywhere, and he's looking for something. I don't know what it is. And when he gets it, he's going to take over the whole world.
He's probably listening to me right now.
Right. He's got minions everywhere.
It's like, I got to close the curtains.
Right. That black fella? No, I don't know who he is. The one dressed in black asking for baggins?
If you happen to have a Palantir, you put a VPN on it.
Right.
So you can't be traced.
I don't want to tell you where I found this from, but those people in the trees in the old forest, they talk and they will capture people. Now, I know people. I can't tell you who it is, but there's a chap that has some yellow ass boots.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He lives with a bird.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met a girl? She asked for a ride home. It was like late. It's kind of weird. Probably shouldn't confess.
Why does this sound familiar?
I probably told you the story, but like this girl is like telling me that she got locked out of her house and her boyfriend locked out of her boyfriend's house, and her purse got stolen. She couldn't call anyone. Blah blah blah. She was basically stranded. And she's like, "Can I just crash at your house tonight?" It was in a weird time, and I was not trying to take advantage of this person. I hope she didn't try to take advantage of me. I was like trying to be nice. I was like, "Yeah, you could, sure, crash at my place." I was single at the time and didn't have a family or whatever. I was actually had another girl I was with, and I was like, "Come on, hang out, sleep in our house." Anyway, woke up the next morning and I realized she was completely crazy because she came like. First thing in the morning, she knocks on my bedroom door. She's like, I found some bomb making components in your trash. And I just wanted to let you know that I defused them and disassembled them and put everything that was in my garbage in separate little Ziploc baggies. So
dude, you know, will not. Honestly, you picked up a meth head.
No, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. And so I finally, she's crashed at my place. And then the next morning I was supposed to drive her to her boyfriend's house. She got in my car. This was in Vegas. It was like 2001 or something. And I drove her to her boyfriend's house. And the whole way she was like, you know that the government, they buried some like monitoring devices out there in that lot. Like, you know, like microphones and stuff. It's like buried out there.
You know what you do when someone tells you that? It's like, you saw that too.
I know. Like totally like.
Oh my God! I thought I was the only one.
Agree and amplify.
I know. I was like,
no,
you saw that?
No, I didn't. I was just like, oh really?
Dude,
the whole time. And when she told me about the bomb making components in my trash, I was like, oh really? Well, thanks for that. That was nice. How kind of you.
And that girl grew up to be Hillary Clinton.
No, but then like we get to her boyfriend's house. Sorry to just wrap it up. We get to her boyfriend's house. He's not home still, and then he leaves this. She leaves this cryptic message. She probably
buried him. Like,
yeah, right. He doesn't exist. She leaves this cryptic message, just numbers, in his mailbox, and then has me. And she's like, "Can you just drive me to like Walmart so I could use their makeup or something?"
Dude,
and I was like,
I had never heard this story.
You didn't?
Awesome. I don't
anyway,
think so.
it's a long convoluted story, but eventually I was like, you know what? I got to go to work. It was like a Saturday. I didn't really have to go to work, but I was like, let me just drop you off here. I'll drop you off at the Walmart. Have fun. Good luck. Hope you meet up with your boyfriend.
Oh God! But you missed out. You missed out. Like you could be like, "Hey, look, I'm going to take you to the police station. Now, what you need to do is you need to go around back. You need to go to the third dumpster on the left. Okay, you need to go dig through that because there's some bomb stuff in there. Right? Diffuse all that, and then what you do is you. Oh,
that would have been so mean.
You go to the McDonald's. You've got to go to the McDonald's across the street. Order 4 chicken McNuggets. Right.
Yeah.
4 20-piece McNuggets. Spread those out intermittently through the city, and then wait at Lorenzi Park.
It would have worked too. She would have totally been down with it. But I should have just stopped by at like a Target and been like, here's a huge box of like gallon Ziploc bags. Let's go to the nearest dumpster. I know there's tons of bomb making components in there. Just go crazy.
Dude, I mean, honestly, whatever. I mean, though,
I try to be nice.
Yeah,
try to be nice.
You're like, I don't know. Like, I'd be like, oh, because here's the thing. I would be like, really? Got bomb.
Well, I was.
Stuff?
I was like, oh, that's crazy, man.
Let me ask you something. Were you like? Did Casey throw bomb making stuff away in the garbage?
No, I was just like, by that time I was so agreeable. Sometimes I'm just like, oh really? Well, thank you. That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, right. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Thanks.
Dang, dude.
That was helpful.
Honestly.
Oh, you know what it was though?
What?
It was guitar strings.
Oh.
I mean, some of them. It was like guitar strings and like a little cap to toothpaste.
And I really did have some C4 that went.
And I had some C4, yeah. Well, she probably thought the toothpaste was C4. I don't know.
If you were going to try to hide C4 in your house, you would put it in your toothpaste container. Because
dried up toothpaste and guitar strings.
That's awesome. God.
MacGyver could probably get something out of that.
Yeah. Anyway,
speaking of conspiracy theories, the funniest conspiracy theory, and I don't want to get too much into it, but
okay,
like the flat Earth one.
That is real, bro.
the flat Earth conspiracy, it demands there to be this agenda for billionaires and governments to fool the people, to fool the public into thinking that the Earth is round.
Right. But you don't know, dude. You don't know.
but the people who are onto the conspiracy theory are uncovering the truth that it's not round. That it's flat, right? So my question is always this, regardless of whether or not the Earth is round or flat. I mean, I have my own opinions.
Right.
But regardless of whether or not the Earth is flat or round, why would, and this is what these people need to explain to me, why would governments want to convince their people that the Earth is round when it is actually flat? Why?
Why not? Maybe they're like, you know what?
It would be really funny.
Yeah, it would be really funny.
We could trick these people.
If we convince these these jerks
dumbasses.
These dumbasses, the world is flat, not round, or round and not flat.
And after they believe us, we'll laugh at them.
Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll leak some information to like the dumbest
and part of it though is I'm sorry we're getting off topic, but part of this is speculative though. Speculative. Part of.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, let me.
No, I don't. This is actually relevant to Tolkien. Remember, because they brought the Valar brought.
It's the Earth is flat in Lord of the Rings. The Earth is flat. I was just going to say that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Valar brought Valinor out of the circles of the Earth and circles of the world, and he made it made the world round. The roundness of the world was like the Valar saying, "No more can you actually get to Valinor. You'll go around in circles."
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's maybe Tolkien was writing about how the Earth really was.
Right. He's
hiding it.
If you can see past the curse of the Valar and see the Earth for what it really was, you would know that it was actually flat. And then you would be able to sail straight to Valinor.
Straight to
Valimar. The world was originally this shape. Yeah, it was more like this. It was like a disc. And you could just kind of go all around the disc. Right. But then the men of Numenor were like, screw this ban. We want to go sail to Valinor and be immortal, like the gods.
I thought that they were angels, much to my surprise.
What's that from?
Come sail away. Oh. Come sail away. Sorry, dude. Maybe the Styx got their inspiration from the Numenorians.
Everyone was writing about Tolkien back then.
I know. I don't know if that's true or not.
After the Numenorians tried to basically attack Valinor, the gods were like, "Screw you, Earthlings! You can't come. We're gonna make your Earth round." And so if you try to sail to Valinor, you're just gonna sail in circles from now on. So Tolkien's like, "Yeah, flat Earth. Go flat Earth." But it isn't flat anymore because of what the Valar did, and so screw you, modern day flat earthers. So yeah, what is achieved by duping the world into thinking it's round when it's actually flat?
I don't know, man.
One of the things they say is that by telling people that the Earth is round, that's somehow supposed to make them feel worse about their place in the solar system or the universe, because if you live in a flat Earth, then you're at the center of the universe. It's a geocentric model of the universe where you're at the center. Right. So mankind, like God created mankind at the center of the universe because men are special, and He puts them at the center.
Right.
But if we're just spinning around an Earth, and if we're just spinning around a sun, then we're not in a special position. We're not at the center anymore. We're orbiting the center. We're not the center. So the idea is like, oh, you're not special anymore, human beings. We're the evil government. We're going to make you feel bad about yourselves by saying you're no longer the center of God's universe.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. They don't need to make
they don't need to go to that much trouble.
Yeah. Just
I feel shitty about myself anyway.
I know. Like, just make fun of my biceps, dude. Yeah.
I don't need some cosmological explanation for why my life is shitty.
Yeah, honestly, that's like the least of my that's like the least of my worries. The Earth being round. It's like, what? Like, what kind of conspiracy do you think that the Hobbits were making up when Bilbo disappeared? I'm like just thinking about that.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
they would probably be like, because like the whole idea that Gandalf like whisked him away and all this stuff.
Yeah,
like I think Hobbits, like if there's conspiracy theorists in Middle Earth, it would be Hobbits. It would have to be Hobbits. I don't even think it's dwarves. I think dwarves would be like, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care that anything was going on.
Well, it seems like dwarves are too pragmatic and jaded, kind of like, I don't believe anything until you prove it.
Yeah,
everything's got a hole in it, and you can't.
Show me. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Hobbits would be like, what? There's a because they knew nothing. They knew absolutely nothing.
They never left their little holes in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see like with Fatty Bolger, like talking about like the ghosts and the haints of the old old forests and stuff like that, and oh, you shouldn't go in there because they're conspiring against you, right. Yeah, no, like I said, I think that I think if you're a Hobbit, like you said, if I were in Middle Earth. And I lived in Bree, I would find the dumbest Hobbit I could, and then just start feeding him all sorts of bullshit.
Oh, right. Well, no, I mean the Hobbits did have all kinds of conspiratorial stories about Bilbo's wealth.
And
how every little nook and cranny and Bag End was just stuffed with treasure.
Yeah. They were like even Frodo had to wrestle out the young hobbits, like trying to knock who was it? Bolger. Whatever. One of the
Falco.
Bolgers had Falco. Yeah.
Rock Me Amadeus.
Yeah.